Alrighty, y'all. How's it going? We're looking at, do American fire trucks need to be so massive? Yeah, I don't know. Are they massive? I mean, I've never seen fire trucks from a different country, so I guess that kind of sucks, right? I guess now that I think about it, they're probably smaller in most countries, and everything here tends to be sometimes big for no reason, right? I mean, other than sometimes it might have a purpose. Otherwise, our roads are pretty wide open and big, so that's one reason they can be big and they can kind of get away with it. I would like to see and learn more about different sort of industrial trucks, including like fire trucks and so on from different countries. I think it's really fun. So we'll start with these videos from Cheddar, the link down below so you can watch the whole thing uninterrupted and browse their channel. Here we go, guys. Let's take a look.
The average American fire truck spans 40 feet, is 10 feet wide, and 12 feet tall. And their international competitors are usually much, much more compact. Not to mention, the US one just looks old. It's a difference that's resulted in contrasting approaches to fire.
I actually tend to like these. I think they're kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, look at that. That's so big. I don't know about looking old. I mean, I guess it looks old, but I do like them. I would like to see some other ones too.
Bigger might not always be better.
No, that's true. Bigger isn't always better with these.
American fire trucks weren't always this massive. During colonial times, most homeowners kept buckets on their front porch. And when members of the Rattle Watch would raise the alarm, citizens would form bucket brigades. And pass the buckets from the water source to the fire. Now, this obviously required a lot of cooperation, and clearly wasn't that efficient. So in 1721, Richard Newsham patented a type of fire pump.
Oh, wow.
The pump was mobile, mounted on a wooden chassis.
There you go.
But bucket brigades would still have to dump water into the hopper. So, as you can imagine, these weren't the most effective either.
No.
Firefighters would show up late to a scene, often exhausted from lugging around all the equipment. In many cases, fires died out before the brigade even arrived.
Oh, ouch.
By the turn of the 19th century, larger U.S. cities relied on horse-drawn wagons with steam-powered water pumps.
Oh, okay.
Finally, the internal combustion engine allowed for the introduction of the fire truck, which hit the roads in the early 1900s.
Right.
Throughout the first half of the 20th century, American cities began growing taller and taller. And this presented a new kind of challenge.
Ooh.
So, New York firefighter Daniel Hayes designed the Hayes ladder, which was mounted directly on the fire truck and could be raised and lowered.
Okay.
In the years following World War II,
what the hell
fire
is
departments
that?
added these so-called...
What the hell was that? It looked like a... What? That looked like a helicopter, but it looks like a plane.
Fire departments added these so-called cherry pickers to their trucks.
The hell?
This bucket attached
bonus points for y'all if y'all know what that is.
To a bending arm allowed firefighters to position themselves closer to previously unreachable corners of buildings. Both ladders and the cherry pickers required a larger, sturdier chassis.
Oh, that makes sense.
From then on, the fire truck continued.
Chassis. That's an odd pronunciation, but yeah, that makes sense. I mean, when we're talking about big buildings, yeah, you need some big equipment, I suppose, right?
Each model was designed to house more equipment. Today, the average truck is loaded with pumps, hydraulic ladders, tanks that can hold roughly 400 to 500 gallons of water, and a slew of other equipment.
Yeah, they're loaded.
Also,
they're loaded
the term
up.
Fire truck has come to encompass a variety of search and rescue vehicles like ladder trucks, engines, and tiller trucks. But regardless of the specification, almost all American fire trucks are larger, and that comes with a larger price. The average cost of a widely used engine goes anywhere from $400,000 to $600,000. And a 100-foot aerial ladder alone goes for around $1 million. That's a big price tag when few of the calls forwarded to fire departments are actually fire-related.
Jeez,
of the 36.6 million calls made to all of the U.S. fire departments in 2021, only 1.3 million, or about 4%, were fire-related.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a weird thing to say, right? I mean, that's the real. Technically, it's a good thing that the equipment, for the most part, is overkill, because most of the time there isn't a big fire breaking out. So it's actually a good thing. Let me just stress that. But yeah, it seems like almost wasteful, right? Because And it's not wasteful. I get that you have to have it. It's better to have it, not need it, than to, have a fire and have no fire trucks, right? But it is weird. Like, you think about it, it's this big, expensive, shiny equipment, and a lot of times they don't have a huge fire to put out in reality, right? So it is kind of weird if you think about it. But yeah, like I said, we don't want fires, right? That's not good. We don't want anyone getting hurt and stuff burning down to the ground. So I'd rather see it sit there.
A large majority of the other calls are to accompany ambulances to the scene of auto accidents and other medical emergencies.
Yeah, you will see them all over the place at, non-fire related things. You do see fire trucks deployed all the time.
Beyond the
at least here you do.
Heavy-duty vehicles like fire trucks can pose risks to smaller cars, pedestrians, and cyclists.
Yeah.
They're heavier and have a longer braking distance. Heavy-duty trucks make up just 4% of all vehicles on American roads, yet they account for 7% of pedestrian fatalities and 11% of bicycle fatalities.
Ouch.
In the summer of 2018, lawmakers in Baltimore pushed for the addition of bike lanes, which would in turn create narrower street lanes for cars. But the Baltimore Fire Department opposed the proposal, releasing a 9-minute video suggesting bike lanes would impede their ability to maneuver to a scene.
Yeah.
The 10-foot wide American fire truck struggles to squeeze through traffic on the average 10 to 12-foot wide American road lanes.
Jeez.
Especially in older cities with thinner, more congested streets.
Right.
So what should a fire truck look like? Well, maybe like this.
Ooh, here we go.
Streets tend to be tighter, so...
See, that's pretty compact. That's cool. I'm going to do further videos, don't you worry, on specific fire trucks from different countries. But here's a cool glimpse. Let me go back.
Like this.
Look at it. Oh. I spy a Scania. Oh, yeah. Love it.
In Europe, streets tend to be tighter.
Yeah.
So fire trucks are shorter, narrower, and more compact.
It doesn't surprise me that they're smaller.
Maneuverable.
Yeah.
They're aerial.
Look at those. That's a cool collection of fire vehicles. Look at that. That's awesome. That's got to be like, what, a little Land Rover? Is that like a Defender? And then we have a Renault van. Citroen. Oh, a Citroen van over here. Maybe this is somewhere in France or something? I don't know. I'm just assuming. I'm sorry. I don't know where that is. But somewhere in Europe, I would assume.
Just as high as the American counterpart, even though they're a third shorter. In Singapore, fire trucks, or so-called red rhinos, are even more compact.
Okay, those are cool.
They still have the space to fit 5 people.
Those are cool. Man, there's no doors.
4 firefighters. And also all the necessary medical equipment.
Yo, those are awesome.
Like Beaufort County in South Carolina have already opted for a smaller all-purpose response vehicle.
Okay.
In 2010, its fire department had to replace 3 fire trucks, which would have cost them $1.4 million total.
Yikes.
Instead, the department bought 1 new fire truck and replaced the other 2 with all-purpose cars the size of a pickup truck.
Okay.
Paying just $675,000.
It's a lot less.
San Francisco's fire department currently also uses smaller Vision Zero engines that are 10 inches shorter than the trucks they're replacing, can make a U-turn in just 25 feet, and have an equally robust firefighting capacity.
It's awesome.
No matter where you are in the world, the common purpose of fire departments is the same: to save lives. If a smaller truck that takes up less space on the road can do that just as efficiently,
right,
maybe it's time to rethink outside the big old red box.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I mean, that is a good point. Again, America is extremely diverse. Big cities, small towns, tons of different terrain and sizes. And, I mean, yeah, I think overall it'd be cool in the future to maybe downsize it a little bit, right? If you can get a smaller truck with a little bit smaller of a footprint, can do some tighter maneuvers and still reach places it needs to reach, then I think that's a given, right? That upgrade should be made. But yeah, learning about industrial vehicles, emergency vehicles, all these different things is going to be really fun. I'm going to be doing a lot of that coming up and looking at different regions, different countries. So I would love your suggestions as well on subjects like this. We will look at more with fire trucks. This is just like scratching the surface here. We are right at the beginning of this, and I thought this would be a fun one to start out with, just pointing out why the American ones are massive and as I thought, are probably bigger than most countries' trucks. But you know, it's a little bit overkill, right? I don't know if it's totally needed, but they are cool looking. I will say that. I do think they're iconic. I do think they're cool looking, and I really can't wait to see more fire trucks from around the world, because the tiny little glimpse we got to see there looked promising for sure. And this goes for any country, any city, wherever you're watching this from, anyone who is a firefighter or any emergency responder in any way. Thank you for your work. You do amazing things, and people really do count on you. So thank you for that. So link is in the description for this. Make sure to check them out, and please throw a thumbs up on there if you enjoyed this. Subscribe to be part of this amazing community we have here. Leave your suggestions and thoughts down below. In closing, my name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker, and until next time, y'all, I'll catch you later.